Welcome to That's Debatable, family. Ryan Dietrich here with my guys, Jeremiah Bays and Will Ward. AD behind the desk as always. It's Tuesday, January 24th. Welcome to the show, everybody tuning in. Special guest tonight, Jules Scott. He is a professional power slapper and a professional MMA fighter. He also trains. He's a trainer at a local gym. So 8:25, stick around because that's going to be entertaining. I'm very excited to hear what goes on in the world of a professional power slapper. So sit tight. We'll get to that shortly. We're going to open it up with the Ohio State High School Athletic Association, all the happenings going on around the city and the state of high school athletics. Friday night, I had the good opportunity to go down to the Ice House, Yamo Media broadcast, the Upper Arlington, Olentangy Liberty Patriots hockey game around the city backslash. Olentangy Patriot hockey, man, they're number 2 in the state. They are good as advertised. Put on a hell of a show. Beat the Arlington Bears 6-2. Great broadcast from Yamo Sports. I'm not sure if you can find that at yamomedia.com, but here's a couple good highlights, and you can find that at yamomedia.com. It's always fun to go down to the Ice House. What a great place for those high school kids to get the chance to play. And I will mention on Friday, coming up here in about 3 days, we'll be out at Chiller North on yamomedia.com. We will have the Upper Arlington and Olentangy Berlin Friday night hockey game. So more high school hockey around the city. Just some good highlights there. The good board cam, I think that was Jack Hamilton getting it done for the Olentangy Liberty Patriots. So high school hockey around the city is awesome. Around the state to boot, you know. So that's what's going on there. Will, I know you're a little more plugged into the high school hoop scene. Not to put you on the spot, but
just a little bit.
We
had a lot of interesting games over this past weekend. I know Afrocentric and Pickerington Central had a chance to square off. You had 2 of the best in Ohio.
I heard dude came out the gate with like a windmill or something.
Yeah, it said at some point it was like a glorified dunk contest. Shout out to the guy, Dalen Swain, over at Afrocentric, and at Pick Central you got Devin.
Royal?
Devin Royal. I don't know why it's skipped my name.
Hey, that's
the spot,
that's the one who did the windmill.
Yeah, Devin Royal over at Pick Central, and Dalen Swain. Devin's going over to Ohio State. Yep. Dalen's going to Xavier, and those 2 teams put on a show for the fans. So it's coming up to the playoffs. It's going to be here real soon, so a lot of teams is fighting for spots. But, hey, man, just keep your eyes and ears to the streets and get ready for Ohio high school basketball. The state tournament's coming up real soon. Yeah,
women's draw, I think, Sunday, you said. The boys' draw will be 2 weeks after that. We'll have the CBJ Cup here on Yamo Sports. All sorts of things coming your way from the quality high school hoops around the city. Let's step it up a league and talk about our Buckeye men's and women's hoops. Buckeye men in action right now. They were down 8 to Illinois, 34-26, I believe, at halftime. I got the Buckeyes getting 6.5, so we'll hope they can hang on. They're coming off a win. They beat Rutgers on Saturday, I think, Sunday or Saturday. So they're coming off a win. They're on like a 5-game slide. So they're looking to rebound. Illinois is always a tough place to play. Buckeye ladies had their first loss of the season last night against Iowa.
Can't win them all.
They got beat by 10. Here at the Shot, too, on their own home court. So tough there. Buckeye men are down 10 here early going in the second half. But Lady Bucks slide. They are,
They're ranked number 2
They're still number
before
2.
last night. I don't know if new rankings come out.
New rankings
Coaches poll,
Sunday.
they ranked 5th,
Yep.
1901. On this side, the AP Top 25 is not updated, but the coaches poll got the loss on here.
Yep.
So as of now, it look like they ranked 5th.
Yep, with the coaches poll more recent. The top 4 in your women would be South Carolina, Stanford, LSU, UConn. Again, that's the coaches
them LSU
poll.
girls, they turnt right now.
They can ball.
I think they might win it all.
That'd be a nice little change up from South Carolina and
see
Stanford.
LSU OSU championship. Hopefully they're not on the same side of the bracket and they on the other, just 2 different sides, and they could just meet in the middle. That's what I'm seeing right now. But South Carolina is no joke.
So, yeah, let's take a peek here, see who the Lady Buckeyes got.
UConn always up in there. Same thing with Stanford.
Coming their way. The Ohio State men, they're at Illinois tonight, like I said. And they go to Indiana on Saturday, 2-game road trip. Indiana's not doing too well, but we'll see what the Buckeye men can do. Let me pull up the women real quick. Sorry.
Those women got some feet coming up. You know, they should be able to pick back up where they left off. They got Indiana, the 6th-ranked Indiana, so that's not going to be too much easier than what they just, played Iowa. Then they'll pick back up in February, going against Wisconsin, Maryland. It's a bunch of the Big Ten coming in. Minnesota, Indiana, again. So these next couple of weeks for the Lady Buckeyes, I mean, they played strong, but, they just got to bounce back. 1 loss in the last 5 games, first loss of the season pretty much.
Dude,
They'll be back, man.
Well, number 6 Purdue on Thursday. They go on the road to Indiana on Thursday. Number 6 Indiana. They play unranked Purdue on Sunday. So we get number 10 team in the country on Monday, number 6 team in the country on Thursday. That'll be a tough one for the Lady Bucks going into wherever Indiana is.
They built for it. They are
exciting. All
built
right.
for it.
Stay tuned into that.
Keep a lookout for her homie, Cody McMahon. The young lady, she's a baller for the Buckeyes, so let her keep rolling. She balled out last night. See here, she had, 21. Easy 21. But, hey, it wasn't enough. So Iowa came in there focused. We just couldn't get it done. But I think, sometimes you got to respond to adversity, and I think that's one way. You suffer in defeat. You've been on this high horse for a while, and now you'll be able to respond and come back, and you come back even stronger. And they have to finish strong, to start rolling and get ready for March Madness. So keep an eye out for the Lady Buckeyes.
Yeah, 83-72 Monday night. Last night, Lady Bucks giving up 83. That is a little more than their usual. Not doing so hot. So that's tough. Going to look to bounce back Thursday night against Indiana on the road. Lady Bucks will be up for the challenge. So, and we're getting to that point. It's conference play. March Madness is right around the corner. We will have all the coverage of March Madness live here on That's Debatable. Ooh, that gets me excited. The big bracket. And I don't know if we mentioned it last week. I guess C.J. Stroud announced he's coming back. That wasn't really much of a surprise. Or that he was leaving. That
was a surprise.
That he was not coming back.
My ears perked up so fast.
I was like, what? That's news.
What?
He definitely, he announced that he's going to the league,
Yep,
which
as
we all
expected.
know.
I mean,
It was expected. Go while strike while the iron is hot. Rest in peace to my guy Dwayne Haskins. But like Haskins, I felt like CJ left food on the table and like you wasted some food and now we got to throw it away and start fresh from scratch. Well, I'm hearing that the quarterback that's been waiting is ready to go. But. Yep. Shout out to C.J. Stroud. I do appreciate the effort you gave towards Georgia. Yep. That's the quarterback we've been asking for the past two seasons with you. And, success in the next level, at the next level.
Yeah,
Hopefully
absolutely.
you're not in the NFC North so I could honestly cheer for you because it's kind of hard for me to cheer for Justin Fields. I mean, I wish him the best, but I kind of don't all at the same time. But that's just me. But we all knew CJ was going to do this.
Yep.
He didn't beat Michigan. That's not cool at all. I'm no longer mad at the kid.
That'll just sting in his side forever. But
it's a thorn in my side too because right now they up.
Right. He's doing what's right for him. Take a chance, make the money, and move on. We'll see what they got in the waiting. Kyle McCord, and I heard there was a transfer coming in from the portal. He's like a 6th or 7th year. Kind of senior veteran, so maybe, practice squad kid, just provide some leadership experience, that kind of thing. Not sure if he can really compete for the job. I can't remember his name, but that's about the latest there. So once again, you are live on That's Debatable. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. We're going to get our guy, Jewel Scott, on the line, professional power slapper and professional MMA fighter. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be entertaining. So sit tight just a few minutes. We'll get him called in, get the call set up. We'll be right back with more entertainment here on That's Debatable.
Today's broadcast is being presented by the Warehouse Gym. Give them a call at 614-570-4328 or visit 614gym.com. By Remington Davis Professional Clinical Research. For more information, visit remdavis.com. The Ohio Media School. Go to beonair.com/Columbus. And by 614 Hockey. They are the proud sponsor of the 614 Hockey Player of the Game. For more information, visit 614hockey.com.
UA Golden Bears getting that puck out of there.
And there was that Hamilton again. My goodness, and a big wrister again from the blue line. Pardon me, I think that's 21 Jake Struck, who got boarded into the glass and drew the penalty. Here we go, another good shot.
Welcome in to Hockey Night in Columbus. My name is Ryan Dietrich here with the 614 Hockey Player of the Game. This is sophomore Jake Struck of Olentangy Liberty Patriots. 1 goal and 3 assists on the night, my man. How's it feel to take down your rival?
Feels amazing. We got everyone from the school coming out, both sides. Amazing. That's what we play for. That's why I came to high school hockey my freshman year. It's all about the fans and so loud, and I think that it helped us, them all come in. They're a young team, UA, and they're on their heels early.
What'd you do to prepare differently for tonight?
I mean, all week, this is what we look forward to the entire year. We had this marked on our calendars all year. They're like having a good weekend last week, and we just wanted to take it to them. We tried so hard this week in practice and paid off.
A lot of improvement we've seen over this season. What can you look to improve on here in the final month of the season?
Just playing playoff hockey. Recently, we've been like winning by a lot. Now it's going to come to 1-goal games, and we just got to be ready and take care of the leads in the third period.
You are well on your way to another district title, my
Yeah.
man. Congratulations again, Jake Struck, the 614 Hockey Player of the Game of Olentangy Liberty Patriots. Great win tonight, and we'll look to see you here in the coming months, man.
Thank you.
I'm Will Ward here with Chase Walker, Solid Brick League Player of the Game. Chase, you guys just had a fantastic finish. Tell us a little bit how you feel about right now.
I'm glad we got the win, but I'm sure Coach is going to be on our behinds to come tomorrow and film and everything like that about the little things that we should have done better.
So you said the little things you could have done better. I know you got to the free throw line and didn't seem like you were happy about some of those free throws. Tell us a little bit about that.
I wasn't happy because I'm usually a really good free throw shooter, and most of those was like in and out, especially the last one, the second to last one, but the first one, you know what I mean, where it just rolled in and out. I was so mad because I felt so good, but we get back in the lab tomorrow, work on it.
The Warhawks, they fought back and they came back into the games. How'd you feel about them getting back and getting close to the game?
Well, Coach Chan, he actually said, he said going into the fourth, it'd be a couple possessions game. So we knew they was gonna fight hard and get back in the game. We just knew we had to stay consistent.
Well, here's your award, Solid Brick League Player of the Game, Chase Walker.
Welcome back, gang. We are working on it, so sit patiently with us. But in the meantime, so while we work on the call with Jules Scott, Power Slapper, up next on the docket, got the NFL Divisional Round. Wild weekend. Jags, Chiefs, Eagles, Giants, Bengals, Bills, and the Niners, Cowboys were the 4 games on the slate. Chiefs just slid past the Jags. I actually didn't have a chance to watch this. I remember what I was doing at Ohio Bruins Saturday. So, just saw the scoreboard, a little bit of highlights. Patty Mahomes banged up that high ankle sprain. Those high ankle sprains can be lingering and difficult to deal with, but
says he's doing fine though.
Ran into the tent, horse tranquilizer him up. He's ready to roll.
It
looks like he
simple,
got it
though.
done. I don't know. Tell me what happened.
It definitely wasn't that simple. He came out. He was angry that they told him to go back. He said they told him to go back into the
locker room.
To the locker room. They had to keep getting him checked out. They wanted to check him out, give him some more X-rays to make sure what type of damage it was and how severe it was. And if he could come back in and go, of course he was able to come back in and get the job done. But there was a moment, there was a couple drives that Chad Henne had to come in. It was a 98 drive that they scored on, which that was the drive that the Jags wished that they could get back. I'm pretty sure of it, if there was one drive that they could take back. But Chad Henne, anything is possible, did his thing, and he was ready to go. My man Jules ready?
I think we're ready, so.
All right, we'll come back to the Jags and Chiefs, but Jaguars, come sit with us. More. Come sit with us, Jags.
All right, welcome to the show, Jules Scott. Not sure if you can hear us or not. Take a peek. Welcome to That's Debatable, everyone. This is Jules Scott, professional MMA fighter and world-ranked power slapper. We'll see if AD can get the sound hooked up. I am Ryan Dietrich, here with Jeremiah Bays and Will Ward. Big shout-out. Thanks for coming on the show. You can't hear us.
Little technical difficulties. We're going to walk through it.
Get through there.
Live television, everyone. Getting there.
We'll work on it. Do some button clicking. See if we can get you going. Just one moment. Be patient with us. If you need to, go to Will Ward's Instagram. Yamo shared it as well. The good video of our guy, Jules Scott, in action.
Ooh. Tell a little bit about Jules out of Shreveport, Louisiana. He's an MMA fighter. Like Ryan already said, he has a boxing. He's a boxing instructor. Teaches the local kids and adults down there in Shreveport. Still getting there.
Right.
See what we can do here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Just bear with us for 1 second.
Gonna round that up. Out of Shreveport, Louisiana. I don't know. Mainly what I'm interested in is, how do you find yourself in this kind of career, power slapping?
I mean, if it's like the underground level to get sort of to that next main stage, because after going through the page of the power slap, it's some serious stuff. Like, obviously, like I was saying, I would rather get punched in the face than slapped in the face. Like, do not slap me. That's a whole, like, that's those people, like, man. I'm pretty sure I want to see what the workout regimen is like, what they eat, stuff like that. Like, because to stand there and take that they take this, follow Power Slap on Instagram, just go ahead, check it out. Check out my man, Jules Scott. He #2 in the top 5. Did I say his last name right?
Jules Scott. I know they do have a weight class and everything where they have lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight.
Yeah,
heavyweight is 265.
Because two big dudes. Because you can't have lightweight dudes slapping no big. Nah, it's not. Yeah, you got to be classes. It got to be, everybody where everybody belong. But that's a whole nother level, man.
Well, and
that's just a whole nother. It's entertaining. It's live on TBS every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And from here on out, I'm going to check it out. Because I think I just became a fan just off the clips. Like, well, just follow Power Slap on Instagram right now.
And it's Dana White's behind it. I mean, one of the most powerful men in sports, jumping behind anything. So And yeah, he's a showman. That's what Dana White does. He's a promoter. It'll it'll grow as a sport. The one thing the NFL, Tua, all the concussions.
Oh,
I'm
man.
very
Tua into this.
All right, we'll see if Jules Scott can hear us now.
I don't even see him no more.
I think Adam's got him on the other screen. He's still patiently waiting in the weeds. All right.
Can you hear us now?
We'll see if we can hear him.
Think you can hear us? You might be muted. Try unmuting yourself. All right. So you can't hear us now.
All right. He can hear us, so welcome.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Hey.
Roger Dodger.
There we go.
All right. So, all right, to introduce you again, welcome to That's Debatable. This is Jules Scott, professional MMA fighter and world-ranked power slapper. There it is. You can find him at JewelKD.js on the Instagram. Power slapping, man, very interesting. We're very excited to have you, so thank you for coming in. Will says you're down in Shreveport, Louisiana. My first question is, how'd you get into this?
No, I'm in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. New Orleans.
So they put out a mass post on social media. It was about a new form of combat. And they weren't very clear about what it was. So I checked into it and done a little bit of research and a little bit of digging, and they still weren't very clear about what it was, but then they began to throw Dana White around and the UFC around a little bit. So I was super interested after that.
So one question I got for you, Mr. Scott. What kind of training did you have to do in order to get that? You know, I've seen that you come from the ground, sort of like, you know, you got that Mike Tyson crouch a little bit. Tell us, there's a clip right there of that notorious smack. Man. I mean, what does it take to get that type of power? What do you do? Or is that just a natural? Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's a little bit of both. I am a naturally powerful guy, especially for my size. I did formulate that from Mike Tyson's lunging hook, nice. Except for we can't move our feet and we stand inside of a box. So throwing that shot is almost second nature for me. I just adjusted it a little bit and turned it into a slap.
What are the quick rules to power slap? You said you can't move your feet. What else?
So there's a box that you have to stand in. When delivering the slap, there's a box that you have to stand in. It's roughly shoulders width apart, maybe just a little bit wider. When landing the slap, you can't land your palm, your whole hand, your fingers and palm have to land at the same time. You can rear back as far as you want. You can slap them as hard as you want, of course. You cannot pivot your feet. You can lift your feet slightly, but you have to make contact first, and they'll play back the replay if you lift your feet before. So receiving the slap, you cannot flinch. You can't turn before the slap gets there. You can't change levels. You have to hold your hands behind your back. They give you a stick to hold, the power slap stick. You have to hold the stick with both hands. You have to hang your head over the table.
Okay. Yikes, man.
You tell a little bit, what's the purpose of the stick? Why is it hold behind your back with the stick?
Kind of broadens your shoulders out, sticks your face out there.
Oh, there you go. Makes sense.
So I can get you good.
Don't flinch. So
don't you flinch? If you flinch, you get slapped twice.
Who's for flinching?
I just straight thought of the scene from Baby Boy. But so in between so how far out are your matches? Like, is it? I seen that the show was a weekly show. So like, would you get weekly matches or do you get like a month to prepare? And then within the time frame to prepare, how do you prepare for your battles and what do you do?
So we fought every week we were in the house. You have to fight to get in the house, then you fight to stay in the house. What we're going back for is a finale. So we're gonna fight one more time, technically on the show, and then. But normally, so I train every single day. Most times I train 3 times a day. 2 of those times are hard, grueling training sessions. That last training session is probably just skills training, stretching, a little bit of mobility type stuff. But as far as uh, regular time, like coming back to the house and you recharge and all that kind of stuff, it's normally about 3 or 4 months in between fights.
I don't know if you can dive into it, but I mean, after getting slapped and doing it there, was any of the animosity or was any emotions taken back into the house where, you know, guys was ready to really duke it out?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Emotions run high. Tell me about your diet. I mean, is this, lots of protein? What kind of muscles you trying to build? Anything special that way?
Like I said, I formulated my own slap. I created it from the ground up. So there's a bunch of anti-rotation and counter-rotation moves that you have to train to get those certain muscles to be fast twitch and react when you need them to react and how you need them to react. So my most important things are my workouts. People think, oh, you do face conditioning? No, I don't do face conditioning.
What is
I don't
that?
have somebody standing around slapping me in the face. I do hand conditioning though, because over the years I've done bare knuckle with Masvidal. I've done MMA. I've done boxing. I've done kickboxing. So my hands are kind of jacked up from switching gloves over the years. So I do a lot of rehabilitation type stuff with my hands.
Just real quick, you bring up your MMA experience. I want to take you back to October of 2021 and bring up one name of Anthony Sager. You see tell us a little bit about what happened here and walk us through, of how you rebounded and came back from this shot, because you end up coming back and still fought the fight, and we see you down and throwing up. How did you respond and take us a little bit what happened?
So, dang it. I was watching again. I had a flashback.
Sorry for the PTSD.
Just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit. So, hot, young and upcoming guy. One of the local guys. Really, really, really good, super extensive amateur career. That inside leg kick is a tricky thing. Kind of slid up a good bit. Worst pain I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh,
I was
man.
actually ran over by a truck in an oil field accident in 2009 or something like that, 2010.
And that was worse, huh?
This was worse.
Man.
I was airlifted off the location, airlifted to the hospital, all kinds of stuff. This was worse. But I got up, I was actually ahead on the scorecard.
Right.
So if I would have just stayed down, I would have won the fight. However, that's not in me. That's not how I operate. It's not how I do things.
Dang.
My coaches even told me, don't get up. Just don't get up. So I got up, felt like I was going to finish him. I ended up dropping, I think, a little bit. Felt like it was a super close fight. Super close fight. Felt like I did enough, but
Yeah, I know you landed a good shot on him in the third round and took him down. I thought you was gonna finish him off there. But I just, shout out to you. That showed a lot of heart. And I mean, after throwing up and getting back up and taking one of those type of shots, man, it shows a lot about the type of person you are.
Yeah, I was trying to recover in the beginning of that round. Like I was trying to stay away, trying to recover, trying to get my golf back, but I lost so much fluid, bro. Like it was rough.
Looks like it, man. That's you a survivor, that's for sure.
Definitely tough.
Yeah, man. Tough to say come.
So a career, obviously you done had a career of fighting. Can you tell me a little bit about your upbringing? Like, was you doing boxing matches, or like, was you just like, getting the fights at school? Like how did you develop this passion for this type of career? Because obviously you gotta have a nice strong backbone to be able to do some of the things that you've done. So like, what was your upbringing like, or how did you even get involved into this type of career?
Honestly, all of it. I was a knucklehead when I was a little kid, growing up in New Orleans. It's crazy down here. The school systems are crazy. My mom put me in karate to try to get my head straight. That kind of was short lived. Went to boxing, that was short lived. Fell in love with football. Football was my first love. Like, thought I was going to the NFL, blah blah. Of course, everybody does in high school, but went to a huge high school, small in size, but huge football high school, where I fell in love with wrestling.
Oh.
Yes, and I ended up not playing football almost my whole junior year, so I can focus fully on wrestling. So like taking wrestling, getting out of school, and then being an adult, I saw this thing says amateur MMA night. I was like, well, I don't do that. This is like 2005, 2004, something like that. So like MMA is, it's just now, the wheels are just now rolling.
Right.
So like jump into that head first. Didn't have a trainer, didn't know nothing. I was a wrestler and I was a scrappy dude fighting. I had been fighting in the street, and went in there and fought a 4-0 guy. He was about to turn pro, and he picked my brain prior to us fighting. So he knew I was green. Ended up going out there and like dust rolling, Tasmanian devil fighting, and end up finishing him.
Damn.
Yeah. So like that was the beginning.
Game on.
From there, yeah, bro. Game literally.
So yeah, it sounds like you've been doing it your whole life, and it shows, man. You're definitely having some success. World rankings, all those things, making the top 5 in the power slap. So you are definitely bringing it, Jewel. And
man, I appreciate it.
And we thank you very much for coming on That's Debatable with us. Hopefully we can put your brand out there a little bit, get some more eyeballs on you, and we wish you best of luck in this house.
Can I get one more in?
Yeah, go. Yeah, quick one. Finish it off.
So before you get off, all right, I know we've been talking to you about your boxing and all, but this is a sports show, and we about to get into football. It's the championship weekend. Are you a fan of any teams? I mean, you probably don't. I would imagine you're probably a Saints fan or something like that. But are you looking at any football? NBA. You got Zion down there.
Right.
He about to be coming back soon, and New Orleans is going crazy right now. Like, what you looking at?
I don't really watch other sports, bro.
Okay.
I watch almost every form of fighting, though. Like, if they had ants fighting, I would watch it.
All right, yeah, a fighter through and through. Can't the violence of the NFL isn't enough to tempt you even.
So where do you see the sport of power slapping going next, or what do you see for yourself as far as power slapping? What's the next thing going on for you?
So for me right now, I'm just trying to win this title. That's the beginning. To be the inaugural champ. From there, I like to fall into commentating.
Yeah.
I feel like I can educate a lot of people, especially our fans. Also fall into coaching, do some things, help the younger guys out, help the guys coming in, help the senior guys out. As far as where the sport itself is going, this is the same path MMA took. I was around during the time where MMA was illegal. They wouldn't show it on pay-per-view, and you had to watch it on VHS tapes, and you couldn't even see because it was all distorted. I was around that time. I was getting those VHS tapes, like 2000 and 99 and, 98. Like, you couldn't even watch it.
Ken Shamrock days.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was around it. So I remember that time vividly. This is the same thing. And guess who cracked the code for that?
Yep.
Come on, bro. That's Dana's
Dana
code.
White, right? Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's Dana's code. So sky's the limit for this thing. They put my first video out, it had over 10 million views in like 24 hours or something.
Damn.
So the culmination of all of our videos, we're in, multiple hundreds of millions of views right now, between the different fighters and the knockouts and the hard hits and the blah, blah, blah. We're like in the hundreds and hundreds of millions of views.
Damn.
So whether they like it or they hate it, they're watching
it. That sounds like a Dana White credo right there. We were talking about it, before we got you on here, that, the man knows how to brand things. He knows how to get eyeballs on a product. And, man, that's, I wish you the best of luck and really do hope you win the inaugural Power Slap, tournament. That'd be awesome. But, you want to take us out, Will?
Before we let you go, whatever you want to leave with the viewers right now, you can leave with them, but let us know who you would like to see on That's Debatable next. But the catch is, you got to help us get them on here.
That's a good one. Like somebody close, like somebody in my personal circle, or somebody what?
Wide open. Anybody from, your former days, MMA days, power slapping days. Anybody you think that would be a good guest to come on this show and entertain the fans?
My striking coach. He would be pretty cool. His name's Ton Lee.
Look him up.
Ton Lee. He was the one featherweight world champion, 2-time featherweight world champion.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, definitely helped me with my touch of death.
All right.
And anything awesome. you want to leave with the viewers right now, where they can find you, what to look forward to from you, and go from there.
JewelKD.js on Instagram, Jewel Scott on Facebook, Title Boxing Club, Metairie, that's in Louisiana. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a boxing coach. I'm a kickboxing coach. I'm a MMA coach. Come see me. Rogue Jiu-Jitsu out in Slidell, Louisiana. Come out there. Come see us. We'll treat you right. Big shout out to my mom, Pam Charles. I love you, baby. Shout out to my family, my girl, my kids. That's my rock right there. Like, without my family, I'm literally Nothing, bro. Like, people ask me, well, how you do this? What you think about? I'm literally thinking about my family. They push me through every single time. So, thank you, fellas.
Love to hear it. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Good evening and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, man, that was awesome. Jewel Scott, professional power slapper here on That's Debatable. Man, cool dude. A lot of good things to say. Definitely an interesting story. I'm going to throw it to a quick commercial break. Get off these headphones. Sit with us tight. We'll be right back. We've got divisional round, ballers, Superman capes, all the NFL, all the good stuff to get to. Sit tight. We'll be right back, fam.
Check my dude.
Need help with digital marketing? Yamo has what you need to optimize your digital engagement and take your business to that next level. Yamo is a full-service media collective that offers multiple services, including digital marketing, to optimize your company's success. These services include promotional and posting assistance, social media analysis, as well as market analysis. If interested, please reach out through the website or the email featured below.
Today's broadcast is being presented by the Warehouse Gym. Give them a call at 614-570-4328 or visit 614gym.com. By Remington Davis Professional Clinical Research. For more information, visit remdavis.com. The Ohio Media School. Go to beonair.com/Columbus. And by 614 Hockey. They are the proud sponsor of the 614 Hockey Player of the Game. For more information, visit 614hockey.com.
UA Golden Bears getting that puck out of there.
And there was that Hamilton again? My goodness, and a big wrister again from the blue line. Pardon me, I think that's 21 Jake Struck, who got boarded into the glass and drew the penalty. Here we go, another good shot.
Welcome in to Hockey Night in Columbus. My name is Ryan Dietrich here with the 614 Hockey Player of the Game. This is sophomore Jake Struck of Olentangy Liberty Patriots. 1 goal and 3 assists on the night, my man. How's it feel to take down your rival?
Feels amazing. We got everyone from the school coming out, both sides. Amazing. That's what we play for. That's why I came to high school hockey my freshman year. It's all about the fans and so loud, and I think that it helped us, them all come in. They're a young team, UA, and they're on their heels early.
What'd you do to prepare differently for tonight?
I mean, all week, this is what we look forward to the entire year. We had this marked on our calendars all year. They're like having a good weekend last week, and we just wanted to take it to them. We tried so hard this week in practice and paid off.
A lot of improvement we've seen over this season. What can you look to improve on here in the final month of the season?
Just playing playoff hockey. Recently, we've been winning by a lot. Now it's going to come to 1-goal games, and we just got to be ready and take care of the leads in the third period.
You are well on your way to another district title, my man. Congratulations again, Jake Struck, the 614 Hockey Player of the Game of Olentangy Liberty Patriots. Great win tonight, and we'll look to see you here in the coming months, man.
Thank you.
The lousy Kansas City Chiefs won again and will host the AFC Championship again. I'm tired of the Chiefs, tired of Mahomes. Andy Reid was a good hire. I mean, he's yeah, dude, I don't like the Chiefs. You know why? You know
homeboy?
Nobody, homeboy. But They take care of the Jags, like I mentioned before we had Jewel Scott on, that I did not watch the game. So, quick, fill me in. I heard it was kind of close. I mean,
it was closer than what it looks.
Jags have a legit chance at winning that?
At least tying it up. It was marching, and I can't remember. I believe it was Hansy, whatever the backup running back name is, because it wasn't. I don't believe it was ETN, but the backup running.
Michael Hasty.
Hasty, yeah. I believe he fumbled.
Did.
Yeah, and that's kind of what killed their momentum. Trevor actually didn't turn the ball over. He stayed locked in. I think he battled and tried to persevere. There's a couple plays about execution that they didn't get. And my biggest thing is, if it's one thing that they wish they could take back, it's the 98-yard drive that they gave up to Chad Henne. I don't know what it is, like with the Browns. They let Chad Henne get off. They're like, y'all get Patrick Mahomes out and y'all don't capitalize from that. Y'all actually give in instead of
Chad Henne's done that before.
And it's weird you look at that drive and you say that drive, but I look at Henne's stats and it's 5 for 7, 23 yards on a 98-yard drive. So 23 yards out of 98, 5 for 7. I mean, dumping off to Pacheco or whoever he was trying to hit. Maybe he hit Kelsey for a couple times.
I think he mostly threw it to Kelsey.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, the whole, Kelsey had 14 catches for 98 yards that entire game. But that's the one thing that, we kept talking about last week was what does the Jaguars, I mean, you kept saying that they were going to be in the game. They can possibly win the game. Yeah, they can possibly win, but when it comes down to experience and execution, that's the one thing that you can see by Chad Henne coming back from 2004, from that team up north, and he's still playing and he drives the team, and you have your chance to, maybe get a sack or get a safety. They missed that opportunity. So I just don't think that experience really that's where it really came into play, and they wasn't able to execute when they needed to. And then you have a one-legged Mahomes come back in, and he's still executing and making plays. But, I mean, I think it was really closer than what it seemed. So,
all right. I mean, one-score game. Jags were in it. Definitely close. But, yeah, from the sounds of it, little inexperience on the Jags. Never quite gave them the chance to really be in it. So, next up, Saturday night was Eagles-Giants. Man, Eagles steamrolling them. Again, I didn't watch that one. Kept an eye on it. Were the Giants that bad? Was Philly that good? A little bit of both.
All I'm going to say is this. As a Minnesota Viking fan, it irks my nerves that happened. Because I kind of bought into what they let Daniel Jones display, knowing that Daniel Jones is who he has always been. He was who we thought he was. And he went out there and stunk it up. He couldn't even hit up Hodgins and pass 200 yards or get me my 25 on the ground. And we gave up 300 yards in the air, 70 on the ground. It's just like, bro, it's crazy. The Eagles is legit. The defense is just, they come in numbers. It's just, they're all over the place from the front to the secondary, and Jalen Hurts. You got Sirianni out here calling this man Michael Jordan.
Dude, right.
I mean, I know he wore the Jordan 11s on the field, but, I mean, that don't make him Mike. I mean, maybe when he tie his shoes, he'd be like, make me like Mike.
It's just because it's got the Jumpman logo on his cleats, that's why.
Hey, man. But
A.J. Brown, 3 catches, 22 yards, and they still won 38-7.
But Devontae had a nice game, I believe.
Well,
Dallas Goedert
That's the point.
When you let Gainwell run for 114 yards on the ground, and then you got Sanders running for 98 or 96 yards, and then Hurts doing what he does, and he scored a touchdown. It's gonna be like that. It wasn't a day for A.J. Brown to really need to necessarily ball out. Exactly. He just had to be a part of the team, and now it's not about your stats anyway. It's about what is it gonna take for us to get this victory, even though it was seemingly easily.
He's drawing double coverage. Devontae's that's the thing. They don't need, he can do nothing, and they still win by 25 or 31. So look out, ridiculous. 5-headed monster in Philly.
5 guys, that's all that touched the ball. Devontae, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Kenneth Gainwell, and Zach Purcell, however you say the guy's name. Pascal. But that's only guys that he was hitting. But you see the heavy on the run game. And the same thing happened with the Chiefs. I mean, they were heavy on Kelsey.
Shit, they ran the ball 44 times.
But yeah, when we kept thinking about how Jalen Hurts, his arm was going to be, but you see he came right out of the gate and hit one up top just to let him know that, hey, my arm is decent. I don't want to say it's back, but it's nothing to fear here. So I think they're a scary team, man. I don't know would you happen to face these guys this week? I know you got a tall tail, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Eagles look good. They remind me of when week 15 or 16, something like that, they put it on somebody and it was just a blitz from the ground. So we'll see. They're moving on. They're looking good. Giants taking a seat for the postseason. So Sunday afternoon, first game on the slate. Illy Willy Styles, Bengals rolling into Orchard Park. And I guess, I don't know, swiping the Bills right out of there, running them over. Man. Dominant fashion, man. They look good in the snow, nice and patient. They just look good.
Joey B is
Bengals,
spectacular.
Thank you. Appreciate you finally saying
Seinfeld pajamas.
I've never been against Joe Burrow.
Right.
It was the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson thing. But
he's likable.
Yeah, it's hard not to like a guy that's from Ohio, unless he's from Akron. But that's besides the point.
And the surprise for me is the Bills
like
only putting up 10.
You like the kid from Athens.
There you go. Bills only putting up 10. I mean,
that was a joke.
That's kind of surprised there.
That guy from Akron right now.
There you go.
Hey, man.
Take it away.
They put up 10. They got 7. Then they got 3 in the second half. That's a feat on its own. Just 3 in the second half. We know who that 3 was for. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to leave that one alone.
There you go.
You know, that 3 was just for that guy. But 3 points in the second half. If somebody would have told anybody that the Bengals was going to hold the Bills to just 3 points in the second half, they say, hey, you lying. They say that you're going to hold the Bills to just 7 points in the first half. They would say, no, 0 points in the first quarter.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then for them to start the game the way that they started, it was exactly how it was seeming like it was going to start back in Cincinnati. But to see Joe Burrow start 9 for 9 and to start driving downfield and the way that things nobody could have scripted any of that. So
Bengals, I saw a stat about their first quarter. They're dominating the first quarter. They've 32-0 the last 3 or 4 games or something. So they get off to a good start, whether that's game planning from Zach Taylor, blah, blah, blah. Usually when they're good in the first quarter, that's coming from the coaching and the game plan. So props there. But they look good. The snow helped them, I believe. They kind of, muddied up the Bills' offensive scheme. And that Bills defense did not look good. Shit, Jordan Poyer got ran over the first play of the game.
A few times.
And that
might be his last game as a Bill.
They just had a couple of tough plays on the Bills' end.
Can I talk about my favorite moment?
Very happy to see the Bengals get it. Yeah. What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment is the guy at number 14 blowing up on the sideline. It looks familiar to me. I've seen that before. I've seen that guy blowing up on the sideline at his quarterback. I thought he left for greener pastures. Hey, guess what? The grass ain't always greener on the side, my boy. You thought the grass was always greener. Now look at that. That motherfucker, excuse my language. I'm not allowed to say that. We on YouTube now, damn it. But, hey, that boy JJ done broke every record that man done had before he got to really be who he is today anyway. It's just familiar. It was a meme of the last 3 seasons of Stephon Diggs from him watching the confetti fall on him when Kansas City won to the 13 second comeback to now him like this. You hit. Diggs was trying to do your dance. Is that where you got your moves from? Because Diggs showed it. Diggs was trying to do the. The game. You ain't trying.
He
to
was
hit
stressing that day though.
You ain't trying to hit. Speaking of that, you got the clip. You like how I just typed that in. But the funniest man in the world, bro. Hey, I bet that's every Bengals fan, bro. That's probably every Bengals fan. That's exactly why they can't win the Super Bowl. They gonna go crazy.
Doing the goggles, man. That's funny stuff. God, you fly, Will.
Hey, man, I try.
Right,
it looked like the snow was set perfectly. Soon. Nobody done walked on it yet. Gang's been coming.
Hey, but to hold Stephon Diggs to just 4 catches, only 35 yards. Yeah. And Eli Apple then stepped up. My man Cam Taylor-Britt stepped up.
Trash on Twitter.
They are going back and forth, you know what I mean? But one thing that I did say last week, and when I was putting my cape on for those guys, I said the offensive line had to step up. They only allowed 1 sack on Joe B that day. And then to see the emergence of Joe Mixon step up, I mean, to get 105 yards, 20 rush, I mean, wow. I don't even know how. I just hope he can do it again. And then Hayden Hurst, I said he was a part of that offensive line. He was just an extension of the offensive line. For him to get 1 touchdown, everything rolled and everything gelled for him that day. So they just got to continue. I mean, nobody is counting us in still. You know, they saying, oh, they won in Kansas City 3 times. Nah, that's dead. It's over with. Now it's time right now because we know Patty Mack has a point to prove. Like I said, they're going to hit him with the horse tranquilizers. They're going to do what they got to do so he can come out there and play. None of that stats matter. The past 3 games is about right now. So, Buffalo, Bills Mafia, I've been saying it. If you've been watching this show and seeing the top 10, I've been saying it all week, all season. The Bills Mafia, that whole defense is not what it's cracked up to be. It had holes in that defense. Cincinnati happened to exploit it real fast.
And losing Von Miller was a big thing. But ever since about week 5 or 6, I think I dropped them in fantasy. They've just been kind of, not as good as advertised those first few weeks. So, all right, there we go. Sunday night. Bengals look good. San Francisco looked also good. That's terrible.
I digress.
San Francisco got the win, 19-12 over the Dallas Cowboys. Man, I love it when they beat Dallas.
How about them Cowboys?
And knocked them out of the playoffs last year, too, so suck it.
Hey, man, my moms, my pops, they are both Cowboy fans, but, hey, I got a couple more of these, as Jared knows.
There you go.
I can pass them around. I'll be putting my flyer out tomorrow for whoever wants to get on that Cincinnati bandwagon just for the rest of the playoffs.
You can get on the Niners wagon if you want. If you can't beat them, join them. Cowboys are a sinking ship, abandoned, which Dak might do. Who knows what Jerry Jones is doing. But anyway, as you mentioned, slugfest. Slow going, 9-6 at halftime. Lots of field goals. Points were at a premium. The San Francisco 49ers defense has only allowed 19 points in the last 6 quarters. Yards were at a premium. Everything was a hard-earned, man. Run game on both sides was tough going. Tony Pollard got hurt. Dak made some interceptions. Niners made some good defensive plays.
Pollard getting hurt was ugly. He got hurt 2 yards shy of what I needed.
What's the Jazz? We always say there's a lot more ways to hit the unders than
I hate to interrupt the show. Do you watch sports anymore without thinking about what's going on?
I'm trying to make $1. I'm trying to make something out of it.
I didn't think so, man.
I'm trying to make something shake a little.
Ever since we started January 1 back here, I don't think this man watching sports without thinking about
I didn't start the first week. I waited the second week. So I've been betting since the second week of January.
I've been trying to bring this in all fall for like 4 months.
That's debatable.
This shit, and here we are.
Hey, smoke it up, man.
You win some, but you lose some.
That's right.
But you live.
So this
you live to fight another day.
This takes us right into our ballers of the week, because I'm gonna go with my baller. Let me explain it. So out of this game, it's a homer pick, but put it up there, AD. My man, baller of the week, good as gold, Robbie Gould. He hit from 50, 45, 28, something else. Shit, he also had a tackle. He had a kick return saving tackle. He sort of just got in his way.
He did get in his way.
But he still, hey, man, saved a touchdown. And when there are only 2 damn touchdowns scored in the game, come on, man. Jared's giving me shit for picking a kicker because it's a homer thing. But, like I said, he scored 13 points. Robbie Gould scored more points than the Dallas Cowboys. If he misses some of those field goals, that kills drives. Like I said, yards were at a premium. So everything you do to get down the field, even as far as you can, him making those field goals is clutch. If he misses them, it starts to cause other problems. He's reliable.
He'd be Maher.
And Brett Maher, like you saw, that first one, terrible. San Francisco blocked it, but it was way off the mark anyway. So, big flowers to my guy, Robbie Gould, the baller of the week. For the division round for my guys, San Francisco, homer up, whatever.
I'm still interested to see who's Jared's. Let Jared's go right before me.
Man, listen, it's
I thought I had a title.
baller of the game, maybe it is Robert Gould. Baller of the week, that's debatable. So guess what I did? I debated.
He was the baller.
I don't switch up. I definitely do what my co-host asks, and he got and it looked good as gold as his kicks. And but this man, this is my baller of the week. You see what it took. He had to pull on that Superman cape in the background, but you see, no matter what happens, high ankle sprain or not, he's gonna find a way to get it done. I wish he could have got me 5 more yards, and I would have been real solid. But he shout out to him, Travis Kelce. But 22 for 30. Right now, 22 for 30, 195 yards, and again, that's because he missed the entire majority of the second quarter. Due to a high ankle sprain. They tried to take my man's out. 112 and a half yards 112 and a half QBR. No interceptions from Patty Mack. No Tyreek Hill, no problem. Travis Kelce is still there. Valdez Scantling, he get you 25 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster get you 25 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, like they're loaded. They're not afraid, and as long as they got number 15, they're gonna be fine. That's my baller of the week.
Throw for 200 yards.
That's because he got hurt. His even with a hurt leg, he still got the job done. So he put on his Superman cape. Was very hurt and distraught when they tried to tell him to go to the locker room. He fought against it. He did what he had to do. He came back out in the third quarter, and he got the job done and brought his team home. Kept his team home to prevail to the next week. That was my baller of the week with an honorable mention of that man, Jalen Hurts, and also Kenneth Gainwell.
We in week 21, literally 21, and we still talking about KC not having Tyreek Hill. I digress. Anywho.
No Tyreek, no problem.
Anywho, no Tyreek, no problem, man. No Cheetah, he down in Miami, he already in Cancun. 3, gone.
Come sit with us.
My ballers with the Nest of the week.
Baller.
It's a baller. Let's see how. Go ahead, pull it up, Dale. See how my man drew it up, man. He only gave me one. Honorable mention goes to Joe Mixon. But you see the man right there, Joe B himself, ice cold, Joe Brr.
I couldn't put Joe Mixon on that
23 for 36, not having to do a lot. 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. Ain't worried about no QBR, man, 101.9. But the things that he was able to do, manage the game. You seen him come to the line a couple of times, literally scope out the defense and call audibles at the line. You take it down, Deli.
Deli.
He was able to come to the line, literally manage the game. And my honorable mention goes to Joe Mixon. Have to give him to him because he had 20 carries. I ain't really seen Joe run like this all season. With a banged-up offensive line, he had 105 yards, 1 touchdown. And he wasn't only just running these guys over, he was getting the offense to where they needed to, getting first downs, getting the chains moving, and continue just to be there for Joe out of the backfield. He had 2 receptions, 18 yards, but they was big. At the time of his completions, they were big. And Samaje Perine, he was in the backfield also making real big blocks. So my ball of the week, like I said, goes to Joe Brr. And he's still here going into Burrowhead, as it's been dubbed, 3-0. But, hey, man, on to the next one.
Arrowhead, they were calling it Burrowhead?
It's Burrowhead now.
Huh, all right. Joe balled out, that's for sure. Dude's good.
Joe Ice.
Yeah, Joe balled out. Joe cool. Joe Mixon,
real cool.
To me, Joe Mixon wasn't even the best running back of the weekend, so that's why I didn't. That's why I say this is a homer pick. Added him in there.
Yep.
And Kenneth Gainwell was the best back of the weekend, but
that's debatable.
Yeah,
it's not. He had the best stats.
Well,
and
we talking about stats, man. We talking about stats. You talking about numbers. We talking. I'm saying
we talking about ballers of the week. Who balled the best?
In order
who
for
had
a
the
team
best
to
impact
win
in your team's game? Maybe it was Joe Mixon. Who had the best game throughout all the running backs that played and that was available? Kenneth Gainwell, and then 105-yard Joe Mixon.
Actually, it's probably CMC, man. Those hard-ass 3.5.
He didn't even give me 45 yards.
That's what I'm saying. That's such a premium. It ain't about yards. It's about
the best running back of the weekend didn't even have the most yards. But
it's about first
downs.
It's
about productivity.
Third down.
Yeah, and the best production from that. I'll give you Joe Burr.
Third down conversions.
Joe Burr, he was.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Yeah, man. On to the next one.
Honorable mention Kenneth Gainwell for being mentioned. And we'll see what he can bring up against 49ers. The first game, Sunday afternoon, I think is San Fran in Philly. Should be Sunday at 3 o'clock.
He want to talk about who's ballers. Man, Patty Mack wasn't even the best quarterback of the weekend.
Dude, that's right.
2-3 other quarterbacks before Patty Mack.
Wasn't.
What he did, given his ankle sprain, that's why he was my baller.
All right, we'll talk about facing the Bengals. 49ers at Eagles, 2.5 points, over under 46. Place your bets. Who you got? Eagles to cover?
Let's take the under.
Under 46?
Every game so far, every game of the week outside of the Eagles just blowing out the Giants, but
That's
all the
still
good
That
games.
was still under because it was 45.5.
Yeah, see, and that's because Giants was, trash.
Covered by
Vikings,
half.
get it together. Please get Raheem Morris, Brian Flores. Anyway, but take the unders. Always take the every game has hit the unders. Because I've tried overs. It doesn't work. And
I tried to say that last week.
I don't want to pick. And in a game like this, it might not even be that many scores.
For real. We've seen how the defense went against the Cowboys, and I don't see it being too much further, but I think the defense of the Eagles is going to put a little bit more pressure than Mr. Lawrence and Micah Parsons. They tried putting some on Purdy, but I think it's going to be a little bit more,
They might not get through Trent Williams, but they might get through the other line.
And you're not going to be at home, Mr. Purdy. Yep. Going into Philadelphia is not so friendly, and the sunshine ain't always shining in Philly.
In the city of brotherly love.
Yeah, they ain't showing you no love, Purdy, so get ready. But as far as them covering, I think
I'm not even picking a winner of this game. What I did was pick I'm taking Christian McCaffrey touchdown score, and I'm taking Jalen Hurts touchdown score.
All right.
Take the under.
Take the under.
In this one, I probably unders is a good call. Man, I hope San Francisco gets it done. They're going to have a tall task ahead of them, that's for sure.
I'm thinking
I will get to my cape when we get there, but it's going to be about the defensive unit of these guys. D'Amico Ryans has been doing it.
21.
But, man, going into Philly, these two teams haven't played since last year. A.J. Brown wasn't on the team. Hurts didn't have that great of a team.
Two completely different teams.
Yeah, a lot of different squads, so we'll see. Forecast 37 degrees. Doesn't look like any moisture. The one I will like, I'm going to definitely look at Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown props. Dallas Goedert, I think, is around 45. San Fran has the best defense against tight ends, so you might want to look at the Goedert under 45. I have a feeling they're going to go to Devontae and A.J. Brown, putting the pressure on the cornerbacks, which is, probably the weakness of that defense.
I like Charvez. He's a solid one.
He's good.
He's physical.
Correct. But Devontae and A.J., they're going to have their hands full.
He might be able to hang with A.J. because it's a physical matchup. But Devontae might be able to let loose if they could give Jalen some time.
And, yes, they're going to have to cause some pressure and get Jalen Hurts. So, and I'm actually, coaching battle. It's going to be a good one. Sirianni seems to have a hold on his team.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan is like
what he can do.
Top 3 coaches in the league right now.
I mean, something like that. So, I'm excited for it. Let's
Top
go
5
to
for sure.
Let's go to Bengals Chieftains Sunday night.
The rematch.
The rematch.
So we done seen this battle 3 times in 2022.
And I mean, are you
in 2023?
Are you sad we're seeing it? Because this is gonna be good football.
I'm not sad.
What are you seeing, man?
I'm not sad at all. I mean, like what I really have preferred the Jags and Bills in this spot. I mean, I'm actually more excited to see a Bengals and Chiefs rivalry over this Bills and Chiefs hype that it's been. What I am excited that Joe Burr and your Bengals has put to rest this Josh Allen train and hype. Now, I might have kind of bought in on that a little bit in the offseason, but as once I see my Vikings go up there and, Kirk Cousins did what Joe Burrow did. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he did do that. Comeback, down 17.
Yep, still 1.5.
Catch of the game, of the year. But, I definitely, this should be, I'm excited for this game. I'm going to still take the unders. The Chiefs' defense is actually better than what people give it credit for. And the Bengals, as a defensive unit, is just, they're flying all over the place. When the coach say fly to the ball, everybody go find the ball. They literally go do that. It should be a nice schematic battle between Andy Reid and Zach Taylor again. And now, can the ballers ball? That's what it come down to. Last year, of course, it was Chase and Hill. We get to see how Mahomes get to dice up this defense now.
Yep.
We obviously know that.
Or lack thereof.
But now we know that Travis Kelce is and will be the main and only target. 14 catches. It's like, and it's all within 10 yards, 8 yards, just to move the chains. And then, of course, the red zone target. How can y'all take him away this time around?
I got to see, and that's what I've been trying to check to see if Trey Flowers is going to be playing. You got to put a physical nickel-type player that's going to be able to come down and play on Travis. Usually you try to match him up with a linebacker, but a linebacker is a little bit too slow for Travis. Travis is the same size as a linebacker, but he's a little bit faster. So somebody like Trey Flowers, who has a little bit of length, that's who we want to stick on him. Don't want to stick, trying to see who else they can put on him, but need to put a solid corner that's going to be able to play on him. But the Bengals do have some swift linebackers in Logan Wilson and Pratt. They both can play and can move swiftly. You got Von Bell and, I don't know why I'm blanking right now, but Jesse Bates. They're both up high, and like Jared's been saying, you don't have to worry about the cheater right now, not really worry about Juju on the beat. Valdez Scantling, the biggest thing that they're going to have to do is put pressure on Patty Mack and put it on there right now. We've seen how they kept putting pressure on Josh Allen. Josh is a big boy, you know what I mean? That's like a lion trying to jump on a whole elephant. It just wasn't happening. They was getting there, they was getting pressure on Josh, but he kept escaping. Patty Mack, walking wounded, is going to be a little bit different. So Mike Hilton coming with that same pressure. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him and come right now. I'm not hoping for no injuries because I don't want to hear any excuses of why Henny's in the game. The game would have been a lot different. They kept saying first round if Lamar was here, if Patty Mack was here. I don't want to hear no excuses, man. So the only thing that Cincinnati has to do, that whole offensive line, they come to play. They play the same way that they played this last game, but play better. Everything better. Quicker, faster, better. That's it, man. Everything sounded good. It was in Buffalo. Everything seemed like it was perfect. Execution on all three phases of the game, but this one has to be better.
The best coaching advice you can give, just do better.
Do better, man.
All
Don't
right.
do the same, do better.
Travis Kelce over under 76.5 receiving yards.
Definitely over.
He can't have over.
Okay.
Can't have over.
There
He
you
can't
go.
have
Let's
That
go.
sounds like somebody who doesn't want to bet. Take the over.
All right, Jamar Chase over under 83.5.
Under.
Think he's going under? All right. T. Higgins, 56. Joe Mixon, 23.
Over
the one
on
I
both.
like for Kansas City, I think they're going to use Kadarius
Stay
Toney.
away from the.
I think
Joe
Kadarius Toney will be sneaking out more. He's going to get, I think you'll see a lot of Kadarius Toney in this game. His over-under's at 33.5. Not sure about yardage, but he will be
plus
used
25.
in the red zone. We saw it week 18. Kadarius
From this
Toney
game,
touchdown prop. Let's see what he
touchdown scores. Jamar Chase. He loves throwing to Jamar Chase.
Love
And-
your touchdown scores.
And who's on the other side? And Travis Kelce. Jamar Chase and Travis Kelce. And bet the under. You're going to probably win you some money.
Bet on Hayden Hurst. Before you go to, everybody knows you going to Chase. So he's going to be looking for Hayden Hurst
Actually,
also.
I like that. Hayden Hurst touchdown plus 250.
Yeah, that's
Not
where
bad,
the real
Willie.
money is.
Not bad, Willie.
Because you're looking at the obvious, you know what I mean? If you go a little bit down.
Who scored last game?
Both.
First.
Here's a good one.
Chase.
In the 10,
Who scored the game before that? Chase. 2, right?
and Hurst has
Chase.
got one.
Yeah.
Hurst
It's
got
back and
one.
forth. They're back and forth.
In the 10
More
in the
consistent.
10 playoff games so far, there have been 14 touchdowns caught by tight ends. Boom. That's 14 in 10 games.
You're going to get one out of both of them. But
Yeah, you're
like I
going to get
said,
one out of both, but
I don't see
if you
how.
got to pick one, pick Jamar, because Jamar is usually his first touchdown target.
I don't see how. I mean, how do you have 14 catches from, against Jacksonville? At what point do you, we got to double team this guy? How did they never?
Can't stop him, man.
No, you just can't stop him. His wiggle too crazy.
Can't stop him.
So, how do you
There's only
contain
one
him?
person who I've seen guard him particularly well,
take
and
him
that's
out
that
at the
man,
line.
Derwin James.
Just
I've also
tackle
seen him just submarine him into the ground.
Pass interference.
But it's like you would need you can't stop it. He could box you out. He could run in and out. You don't know
What's
what
it
he's
called?
doing. He's a route running machine. He's not just
Lou Anarumo is going
a
to have
tight
to
end,
come
and he
up
could
with
go up
something.
and get it. You just got to put it
Scheme.
far enough out there where the defense can't get it, and Travis Kelce can literally catch anything. He got soft hands. I don't know, man. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. But I'm expecting a lot of within 7 to 10 yard catches. Like, it's not like anything deep, and if he beat you over top, he beat you over top, but I'm pretty sure you're going to hold that down.
Kelsey up the seam.
But it's going to be moving the chains a lot. And
so let's go back to, when we played them back this year, Kelsey had just 4 catches for 56 yards, 2 catches from Valdez-Scantling, 3 catches from Juju. Patty Mack was 16 for 27 for 223, 1 touchdown, sacked twice. You throw that same formula, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I said.
That was at Cincy, though, right?
It was at Cincy. It's an Arrowhead, Burrowhead. It's nothing different. You're going to come with that same energy, same intensity.
He only went there once, right? Maybe twice.
Twice.
All right, I don't make it Burrowhead, but all right. That's
3-0 against my man Patty Mack. All right. Nobody else has done this.
That's cool. That's what I do love.
Is this the 5th or 6th straight AFC Championship at Kansas City?
Yeah.
Once Burrow does that, then we'll talk.
And he has to win a Super Bowl.
That's the one that we got to cross off the list because nobody want to give these dudes no credit, man. They still the AFC champions. They haven't been dethroned, still on the path to greatness, and Phoenix right now.
You know who picked them to win the Super Bowl that's not a Bengals fan? My man Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless picked them to win it all.
What's that mean, man?
I'm just saying, you said nobody counted them out. I'm just saying that's a big show, big platform, and they believe somebody believes.
Skip believed in Dak.
What else you got?
No, he don't. He admitted that he has to say that because that's his quarterback.
You got any other props?
Kind of like my situation.
Anything else about this game?
It's my quarterback. Yeah, I've had Case Keenum. I will take Kirk.
Do you want to? All right, let's do it then. Cape it. You're already in the zone. You've already been caping for like 5 minutes. So pick your dude.
We already know
who you want to cape for.
You want the cape?
Who I want to cape for?
Do you want the cape? Do you want the
already
cape?
on that way.
Sam Hubbard and
go.
Trey Hendrickson.
All right.
Nobody else, man. Those two, go get pressure on Patty Mack. Bring me back his mouthpiece. That's
Bring
it.
back his mouthpiece.
Hubbard,
straight like that.
Put it right here on the debatable table.
Is Hubbard more of an end, or is he linebacker? Like, does he just bounce between them both?
They're both on the edge.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, but those guys got to get pressure on him, man. Whether it's B.J. Hill, whether it's go ahead.
I got a good question to bring it back around after we do the capes.
B.J. Hill, DJ Reader, Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson. Those front four, get pressure on Patty. Bring pressure with Mike Hilton. That defense, that's who my cape is for the Bengals. That offense going to do what they do. No worries about that. You wanted to see the high-flying shots up there to chase, they're going to give you that. You want to see the gritty out there, one of the best gritty, step back, man, you're going to get that. Not worried about that offense. Defense, show up, show out, and go ahead and let's go down to Phoenix.
Edge rush.
Yeah, second best gritty.
All right. Jer?
The only one still in the playoffs.
Go ahead.
All right. My Superman cape is going to the 49ers secondary. I have a feeling that's where the Philadelphia Eagles are going to attack with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside and up the seams. The 49ers' strength is that pass rush and the linebacking crew of Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. We'll see. I think they'll have a good time shutting down Goddard and some of that run game. So I really think they're going to open it up for A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith on the edges. So Jimmy Ward, Charvarius Ward, Lenore, Fonga at safety, all those guys. Got to get it together. So D'Amico Ryans come up with a good scheme. I think he will. But that 49ers secondary has got to hold up and cause some problems for those dudes. No deep balls, nothing like that. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown can do some damage, and that's what we got to look out for. Because it's going to be tough if they're putting up 24 points, it's going to be tough to keep up with them, I think. So, Niners secondary, put that cape on, show up strong, ball out. Jeremiah, take it away.
So,
cape it.
I'll let you guys get your capes out the way because I knew you was just caping for your teams. So, I'm doing a total opposite, and I've got my 2 capes on. First, I'm going to go, you see I got my Illy Dilly Philadelphia green on. Yes, sir, that's right. Caping for them Jalen Hurts is go out there. They calling you Michael Jordan, so do some Michael Jordan stuff. Put that arm out and reach for that goal line because you are my touchdown scorer. So I need that, not a pass because a pass don't count. It should, but it don't. You running is what you do. But the most important cape, yes, that's right. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick freaking Mahomes. Superman himself. So he should already have his freaking cape on anyway. But The last time he beat he is the Kansas City Chiefs. The last time he beat the Cincinnati Bengals, it was, what year is this? It was 2018. That's the last time he beat him. He hasn't beat Joe Burrow. He's 0-3 versus him. Obviously, we know he beat him 3 times the last calendar year. That was 2022. It's a whole new calendar year. Remember when Patrick Mahomes had his foot on the necks of everybody. Josh Allen who? Deshaun Watson who? Russell Wilson who? Well, not Russell Wilson.
Justin Herbert who?
Yeah, Justin Herbert who? Lamar Jackson. Who else was in that? Who else was a young quarterback in the AFC? Derek Carr. We thought he was going to get over the hump, but these new guys came in the way. Like Tom Brady had to lead the AFC because he knew that young man was coming. But all of that comes to a stop. It has been coming to a stop. It has been coming to a stop. And Joe Burrow said, I'm not none of them. I'm not none of them. It's time for you to put on your cape, Patty Mac. Come on, bring it home. I want to see a Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. That's what I want to see. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, the 2 front runners for the MVP, the 2 MVP, top 2 candidates for MVP. That's the Super Bowl I want to see. So Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, bring it on home to Arizona, and let's see a good Super Bowl.
All right.
This dude he put his cape on and said back in 2018, we didn't even had his team back in 2018.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That was the point. He ain't beat them since then.
Yeah, he ain't gonna beat them now. This is a total different team than who he played back then, man.
I think you missed the point of me saying that.
I mean, I'm just trying to get to how you thought that going back to 2018 and them coming to this team now is gonna be. It's not the same, man.
That's not what I said. What
I
I said
know.
was he hasn't
done it since then, and he has to do it
so
now.
So don't interrupt my caping segment.
Let you finish.
I wasn't finished.
Well, you was done. You put a period on it.
Did I argue against your cape because you cape for your team? No,
I'm just saying, if we're going to say facts, say facts. That's what you're saying.
That was a fact. He hasn't beat him since 2018. I'm not saying he needs to do what he did in 2018. What I'm saying was he needs to stop that drought. That was the point.
Man, that was against Andy, man. That was against a total different team. He's not seeing those Bengals. Them was the Bengals back then.
I don't care about none of that.
You want to see the Eagles and you want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl is what you said, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it.
Dude, that's
me caping for who I cape for ain't got nothing to do with you. Why would I cape for the Bengals? You already caped for him. Why would I cape for the 49ers? He already caped for him.
Man. He can cape who he wants.
So why would I cape for who? I'm not saying. So what else was to put on cape for Joe Burrow?
Moving on.
No.
Okay.
No.
There's your capes, Mahomes, my guys, and his guys. We'll see.
I'm caping for myself in these parlays. That's who I'm caping for. Hit the parlay.
That's a good segue. Bring up sports betting in Ohio. I think I threw it in the drive.
Debaytable sports book.
All right, sports betting segment. As I always say, I've been throwing in a little bit here and there. I had a couple on golf last week. I had an Adam Hadwin top 40, a Sung Jae Im top 20. I got a tennis parlay going. I got Novak Djokovic and Sabalenka to win it. I can't remember what that's paying.
But I'm probably bet on
350. So, anybody got anything out there? If you're in the chat, Jerry, you got any bets? Like I said this weekend, AD, you got any money on the line?
Well, it's Tuesday. It's hard to tell you what's going on in the future because right now it's Tuesday. It is 9:38 Tuesday. I would almost want to get the show done so I could get in one more betting slip for this Laker and Clipper game tonight.
Let's walk us through it.
Let's see what we got. This is what I'm working with. Oh man, it looked like they didn't come through.
All right, you got Lakers or Clippers are still going tonight. Is that what you're saying?
Who lost? The Bulls ended up losing.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that meant there goes my whole parlay.
So there's a pre-made parlay I'm looking at on DK LeBron. 40-plus points, 6-plus rebounds, 5-plus assists. No way LeBron ain't going for 40 tonight.
Wow.
You been in on this
and
at all?
DeMar didn't get 3.5 assists.
I'm not betting, man. I'm not a betting man.
Will's on the outside.
I'm more so looking at the results of what I just lost.
All right.
Dang, he hit 6 threes tonight. Oh,
I'll probably sprinkle a little on my Niners money line just because that's the way I'm rooting. Like I said, the Australian Open's going on. Novak Djokovic is looking good, but his futures to win it are like minus 400. So that's not very good odds. Jeremiah's in on NBA parlays. One game we still got coming up at 10 o'clock if you want. Lakers hosting the Clippers. Lakers are a 4-point underdog, over under 231.
When they going to have the new addition, Rudy Hachimura? When is he going to dress up?
I think it's when I looked up the injury report, it said he's not available till after the 27th, which is a couple days.
What do you think about that trade? I mean, giving up Kendrick Nunn, who really hasn't played, and they gave it what?
He really hasn't played none. I mean, he's done a little bit this year, but all last year he sat out, I want to say. He had a couple of shots. He put on enough to display that he could ball for some other team, and that's what you want. These people that's on your team to ball out a little bit for another team to possibly want them, so you could enhance your chances at winning. How you say that? Rui Hachimura is a sneaky double-double every night, just like Thomas Bryant. Now I'm hearing they're calling them the Los Angeles Wizards because they got a lot of the former Wizards role players on that team. And them are some of the players that's probably gonna. He could possibly start, but why? Just bring him off the bench. They got a lot of those players from the Wizards that Russ played with the last time he got a triple-double. Just bringing in people that could help that team try to possibly get back right. Because, if we're doing Jared's levels, the Lakers are still in wake the fuck up just because it's nothing that they could do as far as they can't tank for Wembanyama, and they really not looking like a championship team. So as far as I'm concerned, for the rest of the year until they possibly – right now they're not even looking at a play-in spot.
All right, well, excellent. So here in 20 minutes, you just said it. You want to get a bet in for the Lakers and Clippers. So
this is what I'm looking at.
Look at the bet. Let's walk it through it.
I got 6 rebounds for Kawhi Leonard, 20 points for Paul George, under 231.5.
Hang on. Slow down just a little bit.
Slow down just a little bit. All right,
You got, what'd you say, the first one, Kawhi, 6+ rebounds?
Yeah, 6+. Paul George, 20+ points, under 231.5. Now, Paul George this is like his 3rd, 4th game back. And the Laker-Clipper battle, he usually brings his everything to this table. So I'm expecting Paul George to come through heavy here.
What do you got? Because what I'm looking at, his over-under points is 22.5 at -120 on the juice.
Exactly.
That's what you got, 22.5?
No, I got him at 20+. Just to play it safe, just in case he don't get 23.
All right.
Because I've had that happen where he might just get 22.
Yep.
And I just need him to get 20.
All right, Paul George, alternate line, over 20.
LeBron plus 25. Kawhi Leonard, 2 assists.
All right, here, hang on. LeBron, the one I'm looking at, over under 32.5.
Yep.
Plus 115. So I like the juice on that because if I bet $10, I'm getting 11.5 back. You think he's going for 33?
He could buy. He's on a scoring tear right now because what I've just heard, what I've seen last night or recently, that LeBron they're trying to get him to get this record out before the All-Star break so that they could honor him properly during the All-Star break with him having this accomplishment. And I know that's coming up. So definitely take the under on LeBron's assists too, because one thing he hasn't been doing is passing that rock lately. He got a couple assists last night, but if you think that he's going to get 6, 7, 8 or flirt with a triple-double, it's not going to happen. And without Anthony Davis down there to get them easy dunks for him to get those extra 2, 3 assists, it's not going to happen. So always take the under on LeBron's assists or just stay away from it altogether because, trust me, he's going to lose you money because right now scoring is on his mind and scoring is what the Lakers need because that team is built for him to score and, to make the right play.
All right. Excellent. Oh, yeah, I'm going to build a little
Kawhi has been dropped. I got on this specific slip, I got Kawhi plus 25. He's dropped 30 the last 3 games, and they've been ramping up his minutes and his time, and he's been locking in, looking like that playoff primetime Kawhi that we all love to see. So I'll definitely take the overs on his. LeBron 6 boards. I got LeBron under 2.5 threes. He ain't really been hitting from the stripe. But tonight, every under that I took on the threes, they so happen to hit. I took the under on Donovan Mitchell's threes, and he hit 6. I took the under on Buddy Hield's threes, and he hit 4. So it's a dangerous battle with this under and over thing. See, because with me, I don't know if it's just like this with everybody, but with me, when I take the under or the over, they just somehow magically do the opposite. Like, bro, what? You ain't been doing this these past. Now my money attached to this game. You want to do the opposite? Like, that's not what we need.
So yeah, they did. All right. So as I'm building this Lakers-Clippers parlay, they just locked the game out.
Wow.
15 minutes before, they just locked the betting, points, lines, everything's frozen. So I don't know if somebody's injury report's going on.
Noted.
Damn it.
Can't do it 15 minutes before a game.
Usually you can right away.
Yeah, sometimes you can, but that means things are changing. So you still might be able to get back in there.
Right.
See, like this is the type
Keep
of
an
stuff
eye
that
on
hurt me. I had DeMar DeRozan 3.5 assists. He got 3 exactly. He couldn't give me that one extra.
That hanger, dude.
Yeah, and in this one, I stayed away from the Bulls money line and just picked the stats.
Bet wisely,
See,
ladies and gentlemen.
It is a wide. Look, all the other stuff is green and it was check marks.
I like the Bulls money line
Just
today.
that
They ended
assist.
up losing though. Bulls are iffy, up and down. You never know. That's
And
inconsistency.
they had a big
with the
win
Bulls.
last night. I thought they was going to be able to go in there. And now they're still at the 10th spot. If they beat the Pacers, they would have leaped them in the standings. They're trying to find themselves. DeMar just came back. He was looking healthy. Zach has been on the tear this whole month. This month he's been averaging 29 points, and DeMar's been averaging 25 points this month.
Damn.
And Vooch has been averaging the second most boards this month behind that man, Steven Adams. But the Bulls is tricky. They won me some money when they was in Paris, and they lost me some money tonight. They lost me money last night too, but that's because I should have never added. I gotta stop adding role players.
Avalanche are up 1-0 at the end of the first. And while we were the Ohio State Buckeyes, they lost to Illinois 69-60, so they did not cover my 6.5. Damn it. Fighting Illini.
Got him once again.
That's it. All we got. Hey, thanks for tuning in on That's Debatable. Go follow Jules Scott on Instagram, professional power slapper, professional MMA fighter. Cool experience to have him on the show. Thanks for hooking that up, Will.
For sure.
Awesome.
You see that? Finally got it.
Levels is levels, man. Nobody looking like they could win a championship if it started today anyway. Everybody's just grinding it out, and everybody else is just up under that. So you can just check me on Facebook. Oh, my man's got me. It is what it is.
And
the
it
only
is
thing,
the first ever NBA rivalry week. Do you see that?
Yeah.
They got a slew of games. Everybody's rivals mainly. So I just caught that today at NBA.com. Was the first ever rivalry week. Nuggets dominating the
that
West.
was a thing still. Whoa. I thought it was too many buddy.
There we go. Clips with that, my guy. Dude.
Man, gang's been coming. Gang's been coming. I know that's not this one, but man, I still think of that.
So fresh. Thanks for tuning in to That's Debatable.
Come on,
we'll
Blue.
catch you next week.
St. Louis. I need them to come back.
Think I might just pull up on my granny.